Everyone, it's me, Uncle John. Today I am going to read Esther 22:7. Story box, more than a box. Chep's bike. Chep didn't own many things, but he did have a bike. He loved going out for a ride on it. One day, Chep stopped to say hello to Buzz the bear. Ah, sighed Buzz. You're so lucky to have a bike. Really? Said Chep. But you have a beautiful house. You're the lucky one. Maybe, said Buzz, but I would love to go off on an adventure. I have had enough of this house. Do you know what? I'll swap it for your bike. Swap my bike for your house? Said Chep. Are you serious? But he quickly agreed and they made the swap. This is great, thought Chep. Now I have a lovely house. It's much more comfortable than my old hut and there aren't any draughts. Oh, someone is knocking at the door. Who can that be? It was the rabbit family. Hello, Chep, said Mr. Rabbit. Is Buzz in? No, said Chep. He doesn't live here anymore. We did a swap. Oh, said Mr. Rabbit, you did well then. A big house like this is exactly what we need. It's a real squash in our burrow with all these kids. Isn't that right, my dear? You said it, sighed Mrs. Rabbit. Then the oldest of the little rabbits stepped forward and said, would you stop this house for a friend? For a friend? Chep wasn't sure he had understood properly. Yes, me, said the young rabbit. I'd like to come and live with you. Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit looked at each other. I suppose he's quite big now, said Mrs. Rabbit. He doesn't really need us anymore. What do you think, Chep? Asked Mr. Rabbit. Chep thought he was dreaming. The rabbit family moved straight into the big house. Chep was very happy. He took the little rabbit back to his old house. This is great, he said. Now I have a friend. Having a friend is the best thing in the world. What's your name, little rabbit? Lorry, said the little rabbit with a big smile. Chep made lunch. What would you like to do this afternoon, Lorry? I want to go out on the bike with you, said Lorry. His eyes shining. Really? Said Chep. You'd like that? The trouble is, I don't have my bike anymore. I swapped it for Buzz's house. Lorry stopped smiling. But that's the reason I wanted to come and live with you. You're always out on your bike. Have a bit more care, said Chep, feeling embarrassed. Lorry burst into tears. I'm not hungry anymore. If we can't go on the bike, I want to go back to my mom and dad. Chep felt sad. He took Lorry back to his parents. Mrs. Rabbit gave her son a big hug. Don't cry, my darling. You're back home with us now. The whole family came out to see what was going on. We should never have moved, said Mrs. I wasn't a good idea. Come on, kids, get your things. We're going back to the burrow. The Chep found himself alone again in the big quiet house. I was so happy having a friend living with me, he thought sadly. I was getting really fond of Lorry. If only I still had my bike, I could go out for a ride. Just then Buzz popped his head round the door. Chep, can I come in? I'm aching all over and I'm exhausted, you know. I really wish we hadn't done that swap. Chep said both. All right, that's great news, Buzz. Actually, we hadn't swapped either. Chep jumped on his bike and set off down the road. What a strange day, he thought, pedaling at top speed. First, I swapped my bike for the big house. Then I swapped the house for the friend. Then I swapped my friend back for the house. Finally, I swapped the house back for my bike. All that swapping was for nothing, but suddenly he heard a voice he knew. Chep, can I come with you? It's Rory, cried Chep. Of course you can come with me. Hop on, hang on tight. Chep and Rory rode off to the countryside together. From that day on, the two friends went out on the bike every single day. They raced down the road, singing songs at the tops of their voices. The end.